Research states that children learn better when they're involved and there's interaction and engagement.
I can't ever forget the fun element because we have to keep them engaged. It's working that game to get the Angry Bird to the pig, or to get the dash to a certain area of the map, or making him spin, or changing his color, or making him talk.
Diann Jackson, I think, is an awesome lady. She's always encouraging them, saying good things to them, letting them know that they can do it.
Kids these days are really going to be required to know a lot of logical thinking, as well as analytical skills, as well as coding. You know, they're going to have to know how to do it. I was born in Japan, and my parents adopted me and brought me to the United States. Both my mother and my father were very focused on their careers. They were both focused on providing for their children, and both of them were very high achievers. And because my father wasn't able to go to college until he got to be an adult, he really insisted that we achieve in school. And then, of course, my mother was a teacher, and it's hard to be a teacher's child without achieving academically.
As Diann focused on her education at the University of Alabama, she would unwittingly find her path to happiness and success.
When I was a sophomore at Alabama, my friends told me, oh, they're giving a test at Ferguson Center for a job. And because I knew that I was going to have to work eventually, I was like, well, what kind of job is it? And they said, well, we don't know. It's something with computers, you know. And I was like, well, what kind of job is it? And they said, we don't know, but there's a test, and they'll give you a job if you do well on the test. And I said, okay, I'm not doing anything. I'll go and take the test with them, you know. And I did well on the test, and I was offered a job in programming, and I did not understand what programming was until I started training for it when I graduated. But it was a blessing for me because I loved to program.
The early success at her first job brought Diann to the bank 37 years ago. Since then, she has played an integral part in developing and maintaining the bank's technological foundation while never forgetting what truly matters: the people behind the code.
The survey that you get every year that asks if you have a best friend at work, well, I always answer that yes, because I've always considered her one of my best friends. She's very giving. You know, if anybody needed anything or any help, she'd always be willing to step up.
Diann has just a fantastic personality. Very rarely do you see her down. Very rarely do you see her upset about anything. She's usually smiling. She always has those little words of wisdom to refocus you and make you realize, okay, it's not that bad. It might look overwhelming right now, but you know, we're going to get through it, and it's gonna be fine.
Her calming nature would lend itself to another success. As Diann and her husband Adolphus balanced their own careers while raising 6 children, she earned a master's degree in electrical engineering.
I was very, very proud of her when she graduated because it was not an easy feat because she was gone all day long, probably like once or twice a month, all Saturday long. And now me finishing my master's last Friday, it's definitely a feat to have a full-time job. I don't have children, and she had children, full-time job and full-time student. And so I admire her for what she did, for sure.
No, it's not greased lightning. It's Parker High School's electric-powered race car, something of which the robotics team and Diann are very proud of.
Having her support the students here at Parker High School has been amazing. Everything that she did for me as a child, she is doing for them.
She makes sure that they have all the necessities as far as for the robotics, especially when we were dealing with the car. She made sure that we had everything so that when competition day came, We would just go race the car.
The competition was pretty great. We were the only school from Birmingham City Schools that competed. We competed amongst high schools as well as colleges and other programs that companies had sponsored. And so, although we were the rookies, we did get past the starting line.
We worked hard, and I felt that that was a great accomplishment, and they felt a great accomplishment. So that kind of encouraged them to, okay, if we stick with it, and if we do these things, we'll be able to come out on top.
Whatever role Diann Jackson plays, a programmer, a scholar, an engineer, a mentor, or a wife and mother, the secret to her success is simple.
I really feel like you have to be at peace and you have to love what you do. And if you love what you do it at your very best level all of the time.